So town is really busy. It's a Saturday, it's a holiday weekend, lots of people around. So following these guys up ahead, they're probably going to drop down there and then cross that bridge. I could have maybe gone a quicker way, but so peace and quiet. And now with the town behind me. Seems to be two ways to go here. I just looked on my map and interesting. The way to the left seems to go way out the way. So I took the right turn there, back at that junction, which is the Camino marked on my app. Not that the app I use is going to be necessarily the right way, but yeah, everyone else seems to be going left there. But I just don't understand. I looked on the map and it's just way longer that way. I just don't get it, and it's more on a road. So yeah, pretty steady uphill, not too bad. I'm just saying that. I bet around this corner all of a sudden you really get steep, but yeah, it's pretty steady. I think the other way, I have seen one other person, by the way. He kind of looks like he's done Caminos before. I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I just sense he's probably not the first time he's done this. And but I haven't seen anyone else. I think the main way is longer, but it's less, it's more gradual uphill. This is really lovely, this complimentary route. Lovely pathway, nice views, and yeah, it's cooler today. I think it's like 21 degrees. It doesn't really feel that warm, but yeah, enjoying it. Yeah, this is definitely, I recommend this way. Not quite back at where we joined the main Camino yet, so it could all go horribly wrong, but no. Yeah, this looks like a good option anyway. So I was just going to continue straight up that path, and then I suddenly saw this, and I just looked on my map, and this just doesn't really go anywhere. The next village is Gonçar, which is just kind of up ahead, which the Camino definitely goes through. I just don't understand why it's going that way. Yeah, so I'm continuing along this road section. There is a sign there, Camino Santiago, and beware of people crossing. So I figure the main way joins up here. Oh, it kind of smells, this place, very creepy. Very odd that it's just open like this. So still on the road, but I've just come across to Peregrinos, and this looks like I'm back on the official way. It's the complimentary way wasn't telling you the kilometers, where it says the kilometers there, it just said complementario, but here it says 88.87. So you might be able to just make out the sound of a bit of a, well, I wouldn't say wind, it's more like breeze, and yeah, it's much nicer temperatures today. Not that yesterday was too hot, but it was pretty hot. But today, yeah, conditions are really good. Great day to be out on the Camino. There's a huge group coming up behind me. I saw them in town, and they're all singing and chanting and making lots of noise. And for me, I'd rather keep ahead of them. So you join me outside the Albergue de Peregrinos Gonçar, and I thought it was actually closed because I looked at the shoe rack and it's empty. But there is actually someone in there. Heading towards Castro de Castramayor, 82.49 kilometers to go. Oh. Yeah, interesting building here. Looks kind of like half finished. There's things growing out of the top, plants, but this all looks quite new. The gravel, so maybe it was going to be an albergue, I'm not sure. So I guess I should continue. I feel really tired today, actually. Just probably not used to walking this much. Been a few weeks since I was here, so. But anyway, yeah, about 100 more meters up, and then it's kind of downhill for a long way, so not too bad. My shirt on is getting a little cooler now. Another ant, a bigger one. Yeah, just walked past a couple of albergues actually, or this one's called Hostel. Both closed, and one quite a way back that I suspect was closed. So, yeah, not a huge amount open outside of the main towns. But I continue as ever towards Santiago. Buenos dias. So there's a camper there, Luc from France. And here's the campsite tonight. It's amazing how many people walk past and they're all going, how cool, you're camping, and one Camino. And, sometimes camping on the Camino, it's often looked upon negatively, and I understand why, but particularly online. But, it's often different out here, and the guy there from France, he said that the local people said they could, it was fine to stay there the night and don't make a mess, which obviously I never do, and I'm sure he doesn't, but he's walked all the way from Nantes in the north of France. He's come a long way, continuing along at a fairly good pace to Melide. Yeah, I booked a bed already, so online on booking, so I don't have to worry about racing for a bed. But I am kind of racing for the supermarket because they all seem to shut at 2 p.m. on a Sunday, and I've not eaten that well the last couple of days. I want to get lots of fruit and veg, and then I'll probably go out tonight and eat anyway. So yeah, I've got about 19 kilometers. I left just before 9, so I think worst case scenario, I'll probably be there around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30 if I stop. So I generally don't like rushing anywhere, but yeah, it's just because it's a Sunday, and be nice anyway. Looking forward to getting into an albergue. I nearly followed that guy down there, but Camino's actually straight on. 70 kilometers, Santiago. Yeah, one big difference, obviously, in the time I've been away, is the daylight hours. And at the moment, it's not really light much before 8:30. Around 8:15 to 8:30, it starts to get a bit light. So that's quite a change from how it was in August. Just walking into Abria, and looks like the bar there is very much closed. Long early morning shadows. So I'm not too far now from Palas de Rei, and hoping very much that there'll be cafes open. I'm sure there will be. So the dog's going crazy behind me. Yeah, wear my beanie. It's probably the first time I've worn it this year. I wore it last night, camping, and it's still quite chilly now, so I'll leave it on for a bit. before I put on my green cap. Now you can see it. Yeah, that's the Palas de Rei. It does look like it's open because the windows are open. So I believe that is Palas de Rei down there. It should be anyway. Been waiting for it to appear for a while. Oh, there's a bar. Oh, a lot of people. I stayed here in 2016, and I remember quite specifically because it was the day of the Brexit vote in June. I think it was June the 26th. So I stayed here. Very nice albergue though, but I was a bit depressed when I left here the next day. Okay. Let's see if I can get some brekkie here. Success. So a sign there, Santiago, 65 kilometers on the road. And yeah, so notably today there was no mist, even though everything was very damp. There's a huge group ahead of me. Gonna have to try and get round them somehow. So 63 kilometers to go. And yeah, definitely in the bubble today. Quite a few people around. We're not far to Melide now. And I reckon I've passed over 100 people today. There's a lot of people out here, which is good, you know, and it's Spanish holidays. Like I keep saying, it's going to be busy. Great weather, and people get out your way as well. It's not an issue. The path is really wide. So actually, it's just becoming a bit narrow now, but generally it's quite easy. So there's quite a big detour coming to Melide, and there's a bridge just closed, and a bit annoying. I didn't know anything about it. I think they're going to try and direct me on to back on the Camino, but I'm going to continue. So everyone, apart from 2 people, seem to be going back that way, but it's the town is just up here anyway, and my albergue, like I said, is probably one of those buildings up there, so makes no sense for me to go all the way back. So entering Melide now into the centre. I think there's about 500 metres to my accommodation, and many pilgrims don't actually stop here, maybe for lunch. It's not like in the guidebooks, it's kind of and the online guides, it's kind of a halfway stop. Most people push on to, I think it's Asus, might be wrong, but yeah, and indeed this is the 3rd time I've done this stretch, and first time I'll be staying here, so